Hi everyone. Welcome to a Intention Beads Talisman Trunk Show in my sanctuary. This is the ease of doing something virtual where we can be at home and I can be at home in my sanctuary. So I'm Sandy Rueve with Intention Beads. I'm the creator and founder and talisman maker, astrologer of Intention Beads. And some of you know me. Some of you have worked with me. Some of you have your intention bracelets. And so, as you know, a talisman is an art object made at a certain time, astrology aspects, for a definite reason, what those aspects determine in a chart by a spirited creator. And so I am the spirited creator as I gather the energy that is present in the moment. I pick the charts, I elect the times that best suit a particular set of energies. You know, we all have different types of positive, high end vibrations. And we all have different ones. And there's some that I'm missing. And there's some that maybe you're missing that you want to vibrate and bring into your world. And so that's the idea of the talismanic energy. It's an ancient technique that I must have done in a past life because it was very easy for me to understand this. So we're going to be here for an hour. I'm going to show you, I've got about 10 talismans that I'm all prepped and ready to go to show you the pattern, the color, the size of the bead. I do small bead and large bead. I happen to be wearing, these are my favorites currently right now. I don't think you can ever have too many talismans. The idea is this one is for when I'm setting up my retreats. This one is when I do something in public, the public arena. So I just put this one on. And this one is I wear every day. This one is for that everything goes as planned. So even if it doesn't, that was supposed to be coming along for me in that day. So I know some of you have it. Welcome, welcome. I'm happy to be here. Alex and I really like doing these. We haven't done them in about a year, and we are probably going to do more and more of those, maybe once every couple months. Since, there's not many events going on out there in the world that I can show these in person. So we're going to do the next best thing. The really cool part of this is we're doing a raffle. We always do a raffle here, and they're $10 a ticket. And if you spend $10, you don't lose the $10 if you don't win. And what you're winning is a talisman of your choice, $244, maybe one that I'm going to show you tonight or one that's on my website. So you can grab those raffle tickets currently right now. If you haven't, we've seen a lot of people coming in and purchasing those. So we've got a lot of people on our dial right now, but there's always another place for you, or 10 places for you. I want to go over a couple. I've picked some of my favorite talismans, some that I have just finished. I'm going to go over a Sun in Leo talisman. Sun in Leo, really, Sun in Leo is this big energy, very, very dynamic. So we're going to go over 2 lunar mansion talismans, a 3rd lunar mansion. That's what I'm going to kick off with. And then a sixth lunar mansion for about love connections. I'm going to talk about a Mercury Kazemi for clarity and understanding. Then we're going to go over several of the Venus in exaltation, and not only her exaltation in Pisces, but her exaltation degree at 27 degrees of Pisces. In fact, that day I was quite busy. I did 3. I'm going to show you all 3 of these talismans that I made in the morning and one in the afternoon, all using Venus at her 27 degrees of Pisces. She's only there for a short period of time, for one day, actually, about once a year. And then we're going to talk about, I think I've got two talismans that are Jupiter. Of course, Jupiter is the greater benefic. I just mentioned Venus before is the lesser benefic. There's two benefic planets, and those are Venus and Jupiter. And so, of course, we ask those two planets, the Venus, who brings us the art, love, connections, and beauty and peace, along with Jupiter, that brings us abundance, hope, and growth and expansion. So those are the two that often talismans hold a lot of that energy, because why not go for the good ones, right? So where are you guys from? Where are you coming from? Tell me who's here. There's a little chat box down there, and I can see, and I want to see who's here. I know who signed up, but I want to see who is here and just welcome you in and thank you for being here. And if there's any specific ones you'd like to see, let me know. I can pop over into my stock over there, into my drawers, and pick out. Actually, the amount of products I have is the least amount I've had in a while, because they're a lot of the time from January, February, March, and even part of April was kind of difficult to make a lot of beautiful talismans. So I didn't have a lot of chance to make auspicious talismans, because we had Mars retrograde, we had Venus retrograde, we had Mercury retrograde. And those are the planets that are the personal ones. They're the closest to us here on Earth. And so we want to keep them in good alignment. Good alignment. All right. Oh, hey, Deb. Hi. Nice to see you here. So let's, I'm going to show you some that have positive emotions. And hey, there's a lot going on in the world right now, which is another reason why we wanted to come to you to, kind of let you know, yeah, we're in this world, we're in this nation of a lot of craziness, a lot of indecisiveness going on somewhere, and which can leave us in a tipsy-turvy, non-grounded, ungrounded space. And, we need to ground. We need to be solid. We need to know that we're good, because if we're good, our energy is good, and people that we approach and live with or love or connect with, family, friends, neighbors, work environment, can also have that energy if we bring it. So we don't have to all be negative and frightened. We are buoyant human beings. And so when we can focus on that, that actually helps you and me and our loved ones. Before I show you any, I want to just review. I'm in a book club at my spiritual church, and we're reading the book "Ask and It Is Given" by Esther and Jerry Hicks, and they're channelers. This is an old book. She's still around, and she channels Abraham. And so reading this book and going over the reading and then getting to with my book group, so much of this speaking has to do with this talisman work. And I want to just read a few things here that I pulled off. Whatever you are giving your attention to is already pulsating with the energy vibration. And as you hold your attention upon it, you begin to vibrate as it is vibrating. Anything that you give your attention to will become your truth. The law of attraction says it must be true. I really like the fact that we can, by always reaching for the feeling of joy, that's one of the highest emotional rankings. It is the highest, actually. Joy, love, engagement, empowerment. But by always reaching for that feeling of well-being and joy, we are already moving toward that which we desire. it's the place of least resistance. The lower part is the fear and the blame and the shame and all of those that are coming down on the lower end of the spectrum. So really, one more comment here, and then I'm going to get into the talismans. Hey, Sheila, nice to see you. Whenever you have a consistently focused upon a subject, causing a consistent vibrational activation of it within you, it becomes a practiced or dominant thought. Makes sense. And once that happens, things that match it will begin to manifest around your dominant thought, your practiced thought. So now things that match your practiced dominant thought will begin to show up in your experience and begin to make their way into your personal experiences. And that is law. That is just strictly law. It's universal law. So we're going to, and actually, Alex just reminded me of this thing of a talisman quiz we put together some years ago. And by answering a few questions on the website, it will filter all your keywords or the question keywords and show you or point out about 3 talismans that may suit your match. So really kind of fun and really kind of cool. We've been working on that for a while, and I don't know if you know that's even a thing, but it is. All right, let's get to some talismans. All right, so this one, this is a lunar mansion. Let's see, we're going to put this out here. We're working on. Oh, I also want to mention too that the talismans, if I think some of you have the newer version where I have the silver tag on these pieces. And the silver tag, it's a sterling silver piece that I've been patiently waiting to find what we would call engraving. I had to get an engraver machine that I could put the number of the talisman so it aligns with the card, and then with the glyphs of the planets, and so they're on there. Maybe it's the planets, or maybe it's the lunar mansion number, or it's the fixed star, or it's the zodiac sign. So those are all following you. So that's kind of been new in the last, I don't know, 2 or 3 years. So this piece here, this is called this one is to acquire all good things. And this is a small bead. Again, I make 2 sizes, large bead and small bead. And to acquire all good things, I am granted my desire for all the good things of the material world. Make it so. This piece here, I wanted to show you, there's this whole idea of the lunar mansions. Let me get this focused. There it is. The moon, these are lunar mansions. There's 28 of them, and they all take about a 15 degree plus, I think, 41 solar arc minutes. And when the moon is in the 3rd lunar mansion, right up there between, like, I think it's 25 degrees of Aries to 8 degrees of Taurus, if you can put that right on the ascendant or on the midheaven, you are gaining all good things. So this is the moon up there at 6 Taurus, conjoining within 5 degrees of the 1 Taurus on the midheaven. So this is just, again, moon is exalted in Taurus. So there's like a double focus here on this one. So the lunar mansions, I do use the 3rd lunar mansion a lot. But you have to get it on an angle. You have to get it when the moon is in this position on an angle. And so there's that one. So this is what's called the small bead. The 1768 is this one. Alex has got a little thing of on here to do that. All right. So let me get to the next one. If you have any questions, put it in here. Alex can help me feed this through. All right, this one. This one is a large bead. And the gratitude piece is the dangled bead that's hanging down. So this one, whoops, I could probably put this here. To be a channel for divine inspiration and abundance. I am enveloped in the purest forms of love and beauty. I trust in the universe's infinite supply, and I know my material needs are met with grace and ease. So this one is an abundance talisman. So this is material goods. So this could be finances, gains through maybe long-term investments. So this is one of the three that I just mentioned of Venus. Let me get this on the screen. Venus at her 27-degree exaltation in Pisces. So second house is finances, is material goods, it's wealth. We see the moon is at 23, moving toward the exalted Venus. That's crazy, because the moon usually it happens to be there at this exact minute. The next few hours, moon is beyond it. So crazy that this was able to happen in the sky, and I saw this in advance. So we also see that we've got the moon moving to Venus and to Neptune. So this is about, divine inspiration and abundance. So, this is also one of the ones that has Jupiter stationing direct in the fifth house of self-expression, maybe children, things that you take risks around, speculation. Fifth house is a really nice house. So this is a beautiful piece. And let's just talk a little bit more about, and the Saturn, I wanted to mention that. We see Saturn also, because Saturn's been in Pisces, and Saturn's, about to move into Aries yet later this month. Here we are in May. It's going to move in. So it's going to then move back into Pisces just around 29, 28 degrees and then finish up. So this Saturn here could be, say, long-term investments, something that you're putting in money for down the road. This could be something around, making money through investing or buying something that has kind of regenerative properties. But this is one of the abundance ones. This is just so really pretty. It's very, very kind of has gray, like a gray crystal. It's very muted. It's not loud. I've got some loud ones if you like to go loud. But I would really choose to find one that has what you intend, right? Some people do shop colors or favorites or size bead or large bead, but best to buy for your intention. Then we're going back here to this one. Again, this is made on February 1st. This is also the Venus exalted in her exaltation degree. This one is to be supported and loved by the universe. I am deeply attuned to my emotions and creative potential, allowing me to connect with others. My path is revealed to me with clarity and with grace. So this piece, and actually I really like, I chose a butterfly pattern to put on here. And this is the gratitude piece, the bead between the two Swarovski crystals. that lets you know, because that's part of the triangle of intention, affirmation, gratitude. And the idea and the beauty of this unfolds that when your gratitude aligns with your intention, you know you have completed the 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 trine, the grand trine, the Trinity. You have made a complete connection. And so you'll hear a lot of things about threes in religion and in spirituality. Um, so let me talk about this chart. This one also holds that same energy of Venus at 27 degrees. Again, this is just a few minutes, about a half hour or so later or earlier, the moon is making that conjunction moving toward here. Meanwhile, Jupiter is also stationing direct. And I want to talk about a stationing direct planet because when a planet is retrograde, right, it appears to be going backwards in the sky from where we live, called Earth. And so it's just making a circle or a pattern. We know a lot about this with Venus. The planet going retrograde eventually will turn and start moving forward. We call that stationing direct versus stationing retrograde, then is retrograde, then stations, meaning slowing down, stopping, and turning the other way, direct. And when a planet like Jupiter is stationing direct, it's Vedius Valens writes that it's coming out of the sick bed, meaning when it was retrograde, a planet feels like it needs to go rest. It needs time off. It needs a break. It needs a vacation. And it's not doing its work. It's not doing its proper engagement. It's not, up to snuff, basically. And so when a planet is stationing direct, it's coming out, it's rested, it's healthy, it's ready to go. It's kind of like the first day of spring when we get that really good first day of good warm energy, and it's just like you just want to go. It's kind of has that energy of support and excitement. It's totally ready. So it's very important to watch when you do see any planets, especially if it's your Time Lord, or if it's your helmsman, if it's the ruler of your chart, or it's the ruler of your sun or your moon or your ascendant, which is the ruler of the chart. Some of you know yours because I've worked with you during doing readings for you. So this one is again one of those that have Jupiter. It's both benefics, right? It's Venus at her exaltation degree, 27 Pisces. She's exalted in, so let's just go there. Venus rules two signs. She's in her domicile in Libra and in Taurus. But she's exalted higher up, on a pedestal. She is honored. She is respected. She is, really queen, where she has to do no work. Exaltation is on a pedestal. And so so each planet has their exaltation sign. When they're there, it's highly, highly respected. But when they're at their one degree, whatever degree that is, and for Venus, it's 27. So this one holds this. And come on, right now, who doesn't need to be supported and loved by the grand universe? This is the cosmos. This is our somebody more important than a human being, right? This is feeling like you're held and you've got your own nest as somebody is holding you. So I love the word support, because we've got Saturn also there. So, and Venus brings good news or more connections with Saturn because she's in charge of Pisces, right? And she's co-present with it. All right, let's go to this one. Again, this is also February 1st. And this one is a large bead. Okay. And so it will have similar connotations, But of course, I have to use different wordings for each talisman. This one is to attune to the beauty of the universe, to tune in, right? I embrace the ever flowing and boundless love, empathy, and compassion within me. I trust the gentle whisper of my heart. How calming and soothing is this, right? This is taking the, in fact, I'm getting goosebumps all the way down right now. This is finding beauty in your everyday life and tuning into it, like vibrating at that. So embracing the ever flowing and boundless love, right? Infinite love, empathy, and compassion. Because it's there. We all have that. And to trust, because it's, Pisces energy is the trust. Now, this one is very similar, we'll see. Let's see. We're over here rising. So we've got moon coming right up over the horizon. So the sun's already up. And we've got moon coming up over the horizon and with Venus. Now we would see the moon maybe. It's pretty early moon because this is kind of coming off on a crescent moon. We see the sun there. So the moon, we just had the new moon in Aquarius here, and the moon moved through Aquarius and into Pisces. Again, there's the Venus at 27 with Neptune. And the Neptune can bring in that creativity component as well, that love, the empathy, the compassion, the spirituality, the healing. This is going on kind of underneath ourselves that we get to express. I mean, just Venus in Pisces is all about, can be romance, can be beauty, sex, good fortune. Venus is all about things that connect, right? Venus is ruled by copper, or I should say copper is ruled by Venus. And we know copper is the connections, two things that connect. It creates connectivity. So this one is the 1760. Now, it's still not too late to get some raffle tickets. And at the end, we're going to run our raffle wheel, just as if we were at the church function that I happen to be going to my grade school. When I go back and visit my mom in Cincinnati, I'm going, and we do the wheel, right? How funny is that? Okay, so this is number 1760. Alex has it on the chart, or on the view. All right, this one. This is going to be the 6th lunar mansion. So this is about relationship. This is about falling in love. Aww. Strengthening a current love relationship. I'll read it here in a second. To bind together in love. This is 6th lunar mansion, which needs to be between 4 Gemini and 17 degrees Gemini. And it has to be somewhere on one of the angles. The preferred angles are 1st house or 10th house. I got this on the 10th. We'll see this in a minute. To bind together in love. We flow toward one another with ease. Our relationship intensifies former, current, and future partnerships. So this is also a large bead with clear crystals and also kind of muted, but more maybe pinks. Oops. Let's go show you this one. This, again, 6th lunar mansion. This is about love, friendship, partnership. And so there we have the 6th at the very top of the chart between 4 Gemini and 17 Gemini. We also see moon moving to Jupiter. So that's also another way that talisman makers can create when the moon is making an aspect, a positive aspect to one of the benefics. So we also can say that, let me get my pointer, that the moon's next. The moon is also making this aspect, but it's also making an aspect right to Venus herself. Right to Venus herself. And we see this energy here in the 7th house of partnerships and relationships. So this blends very well. And this is a crescent moon. So, we also look at moon phases during talisman making. Moon phases, there are 8 of them, and it starts with a new moon and goes to the full moon and then back around again. And so when we see a waxing moon, remember wax on, brings more light, more shine to it as it's going from new, when you can't see it, and it's starting to get that little fingernail crescent. And then we get the first quarter, and then we get gibbous, and then we get the full. So these are times when they grow. So if we're gaining something, we want to try and use the growth pattern of waxing moon. But this one is sitting right at the 6th lunar mansion. Yeah, so beautiful. This one is the 1769. I love how Alex has the, picture here and the code. And for me, it's like we're getting used to that in this world, aren't we? Especially at restaurants. Although I do like the old-fashioned way, I guess, because I'm kind of old-fashioned. Nothing wrong with old-fashioned. All right, let's go here. Let's go to this next one. What are we doing? Oh, Venus. This one is a Venus in Pisces. I mean, come on, Venus in Pisces. We wait all year long. It's usually in Pisces for just about maybe 3 to 4 weeks. But this time is where she retrograded, so she was in there longer. But none of these are retrograde Venuses. I didn't go after those. This one is also small bead, very muted, very, pinkish and almost skin tones. To exude grace, kindness, and magnetic charm. This is attraction. I easily inspire others to see all the beauty available in the world. As my heart flows with this nurturing energy, others automatically pick some up for themselves. I like this. This is the flow of positive. I often say to people that after listening to Martha Beck on stage a couple years ago, I like you, you like me, I like you, you like me mantra does hold a positive ions of your body attaching with other people's positive ions. And we need that. There's only one of each one of these talismans, only has one. And so this one is just really, wouldn't it be nice if your positivity rubs off on everybody that you come across and you just walk through the world in niceties and how are yous and how's it going? And let me get that for you. And what can I help you with today? Right? Exude grace. I mean, that's kindness. Where is kindness? So, and magnetic charm, again, attracting other good people. Good gets good. And so that's this one. Oh, let me show you the chart. This and the moon. I like this one a lot. Well, I like them all. So this one is Venus right there. Venus is at 9 degrees of Pisces, coming up over the horizon within 5 degrees. Lovely. And then we see the moon over here. Whoops, we can't. Okay. Moon over here in the 5th house. We like the 5th house for talismanic making. It's about creative projects. It's, the number one word in a 5th house, children. And so, not that we're constantly having children or paying attention to them, but it's about creative projects that have our DNA. So it would be like our IP or our, watermark, that we would have this something that we're doing of ourselves. And so this moon is making this really nice trine to Venus that's coming up over the horizon. This is lovely. And the moon is in her own sign of Cancer. So again, caring, comforting, feeling whole within self, and then able to share. So that is 1752, small bead. And again, all of these are sized as mediums. What's a medium? 6.5 to 7 inches. But I always make more beads than what a medium would be. And so I have my little bag of extras so that if anybody needs an extra larger size, I have the beads ready and able to expand and make this increase the size. Perfect, right? All right, we're going to show, now we're going to get into a little bit more of a vavoom. This one is more of busyness. This is very lime greeny with the pink flower. This I made on August 29th of August 29th of 2024. This is to attract positive and uplifting connections. I effortlessly radiate charm in my every moment. I uplift the current energy of my environment. Everybody around you will love you for bringing up a little bit of heightened power, a heightened joy, a heightened expression of friendliness. Again, this is, let's go and talk about this. But before I do, I want to kind of show you the inside of this card. It says the date, the time, the place, as if it was birthed, because it kind of was. I chose the birth time. It's called election charting. Here we have Venus in her domicile sign in Libra, rising over the horizon. So then you see the affirmation that I just read. So this card comes inside the box, and this is the chart. So the chart here, again, I'm going, of course, we're best to go after, and I'm showing positive, beautiful feeling that things are worth doing. Things are worth paying attention to right now. So this is Venus coming up 0 degrees, just got there. Do we see that 0 degrees, 0 solar arc minutes? She's coming up right as we got to the very beginning, very, very, very beginning of Libra. So she wants nice interactions. She wants uplifting connection. She wants balance. She wants the justice. She wants fair. This is a really nice piece. Oh, and the moon. The moon is up here in the 10th house in her own sign. So we've got moon also in domicile. So really nice one for the moon and Venus to both be in their domiciles. So let me also remind you that when you receive a talisman, you get a card that I say, welcome to the Intention Bead Tribe. And this means that you set up a 15, although it never is really 15 minutes, a 15-minute activation call with me on Zoom. It's complimentary. In fact, it's part of the whole package. It's me. It's really for me. it's for you, showing how we do the ritual, the 3-part ritual, and explains a little bit about the card that you get inside the envelope with your package. But the idea is I separate from the energy during this event. I record it, I show you the chart, I explain it a little bit more. Some things show up. I say things that I don't know what's coming out, right? Because I'm in my divination period there. But the idea that, talisman, art object made at a certain time for a definite reason by a spirited creator. This is where I come out and you step in as the full-on wearer of the talisman and its energy, and you are directly connected to these planetary energies. So love that, where I get to come out and you are in direct response. So that's also kind of included. So the winner here gets that as well. Again, there's still time to get the raffle for a little bit. I don't even know what time we're at. So this is a little bit, and actually I use green, and I do that a lot. In fact, I have to. If the planets each prefer a color, and Venus prefers green. And so I use green. Now, if you don't see the color of the planet that I'm going for and the color that it represents, it's inside the bead. I use it as a core bead. So there is something there. I also use the color of the candle when I'm doing this work. I use the Orphic hymns for Venus in this case. And in addition to the incense, the fragrance, the incense, so that I'm calling to Venus as she's just approached her own domicile area. So really a lot of pieces come together behind the scenes. You don't see that. What you see is the final product, but it does hold a vibrational energy. Oftentimes I'm doing, if I am at a show or a Celebrate Your Life or Hay House event, or a astrology conference, people can hold these and feel the energy. Oftentimes it brings up an emotion. Okay. Any questions I can answer? I can ask or answer. I want to go on to some more, but just pop it in. Let's go after a Jupiter one. Any questions? Okay. No, you don't. Okay. Let's go. This one. Of course, this is a Jupiter one. I can already tell by the color. This is purple. Jupiter responds to purple. The royal, right? This is to honor both personal needs and social connections. I embrace the balance between my inner emotional world and my public life. I use my wisdom as I navigate my relationships. Right? How many times do we need to know where are we moving in the public world, or are we needing a respite? Right? We need both. We need both. Just interesting that usually I really like staying home in my own sanctuary, but I've got Venus as my time lord since my birthday in March. And so I've been very social and it feels good. So this balancing my personal needs, because you don't need to do everything that everybody asks. And here is the chart. This is really a stunning one. Purple and green are my favorite. And I didn't know at the time, years ago, that those are the two benefic colors. So here we got, okay. We have what's rising. We have Sagittarius rising. What rules Sagittarius? Jupiter. Jupiter's over here very strong in the 7th house. It's an angle house. This is relationships. This is social contacts. This is people. These are other people. If the first house is you, this is others. And then we put the moon here up in the top of the chart. This is your public life up here in the 10th. Public life, but it's moon. So that means your private self. So you have to balance that with first, 7th, 10th area of the chart of where you feel most. Sometimes you need to go social, and sometimes you need to stay home, right? So this is just a nice balance to know when you need to say no, thank you, not this time. So this is again a special one. I want to do this Mercury Kazemi. We have about 6 times a year, 6 times a year where we can do a Mercury Kazemi. Now this Kazemi is not retrograde. So 6 times, 3 times it's retrograde Kazemi, and 3 times it's not retrograde. And the Kazemi, I'll show you what the picture looks like here in a minute, what this chart looks like. This is very patterned. There's a lot of patterns going on here, and kind of this checkerboard. Mercury loves, especially Mercury in Gemini, likes little pieces, right? Like the little puzzle pieces. So I choose something that's very busy, very busy. This is to be open-minded, you think? So to be open-minded, I am on my journey of discovery. This just may take me away where I have never been before. Long-distance travel is part of my education. I like this one. So here is the Kazemi, the 24 Gemini Mercury sitting with the sun. So this is what's called the superior conjunction, which is taking when Mercury is on the other side of the Earth. So this is kind of gathering the things from unknown, from the other side of the world, not closest to the Earth that we already would know. So this Kazemi really holds that, and it's in the 9th house. And the 9th house is about adventure and seeking and finding areas of where to explore, right? So we said the journey of discovery. And it's also 9th house is long distance travel, right? So this could be retreat. I love this because we got Jupiter sitting over here in responding to the Mercury. We also have the moon coming up over the horizon in Libra. So this is a great place to have friendships while you're seeking to be open-minded, right? Close-mindedness is exactly that, right? It holds what we already believe to be true, when there's so much more to understand and to find out. The curiosity. This is a very curious talisman because it's Mercury in Gemini. Mercury rules Gemini. Mercury rules Gemini. So yeah, to be open-minded. Yeah. Really cool pieces. And it's got a Aurora Borealis crystal in it. And so it's kind of a busy piece, but you know, I like drama. I'm a Leo rising. So I like this one. Okay. So I say, okay, what do I say? We sold one of these. Okay, good. Thank you. Oh, yeah, to be supported and loved by the universe. Thank you. Thank you. And tell Terry we have her raffle tickets coming. All right, Terry, they're on their way. We're almost to that timing. I want to show you. Let's get to this one. Let's get to one more. I said that we would be doing a Sun in Leo. Don't worry, Cynthia. We haven't pulled the winner yet. This one is a small bead. It's very orange. It's got some purple in it, but and it's got some yellow in it. This is the Sun in Leo, right? Sun rules Leo. So this is the heat of the summer here in the Northern Hemisphere. So we get into Leo, which is the fixed fire, where the sun is really strong and probably too hot. But this one is to access truth. Right? I'm going to say this is, I'm getting goosebumps here. To access truth, you really have to want the truth to be wearing and vibrating with this talisman. Not everyone wants to know the truth, right? Oh, thank you. I did get new glasses. Thank you. To access the truth, the wisdom I seek and capture permits me to find favor among the intellectuals. We discuss our thoughts. So, kind of being with other people. In fact, let me get the chart out here. Kind of experiencing, like, this almost sounds like a book club or a philosophical group where you're just experiencing and sharing and journeying what ifs, having this and discovering new ways and new perceptions that others can help you with. What this looks like is the sun. This one is the sun right here. Oh, let me get my little pointer. The sun at 12 degrees of Leo coming up over the horizon and is the ruler of the helmsman, the whole ruler of the whole chart. This was made August 5th. I know I've got some Leos in the group here. And the moon is in the 9th house. This is the intellectual area of higher learning, of philosophical leanings. This moon here in Aries is being welcomed by the sun's exaltation. So that's how we look at that. And again, the moon is making a direct trine, a slide, slides right on down. Trines are void of any obstacles. Void of any obstacles. So this could be about travel, about international travel, taking a group of people, doing a retreat. So, it's kind of the wisdom I seek and capture permits me to find favor among the intellectuals. We discuss our thoughts. I like this one. This is kind of like this orange yellow kind of combination here. Okay.
Do this one more time. I didn't have it up on the screen.
Okay. To be open-minded. We're going to put this back up here. Really crazy colors. And, like you saw a lot, and I wasn't really necessarily going over the, or picking ones from my that I wanted to showcase tonight of the muted colors, but this one is a little crazy. This is to be open-minded. I am on my journey of discovery. This may just take me away where I have never been before. Long distance travel is part of my education. So whether you literally are taking a trip or literally in the mind, in a subconscious way, you're going somewhere where you've never been before. It sounds thrilling, right? But to be open-minded, especially when you travel, I said something to my nephew who said, "Oh my God, I get so nervous anymore when I travel." And I said, "Oh my God, give it up to the sky gods. You have no control. You are not the pilot or the weather guy." So this one is, the Kazemi. This is the Kazemi, the Mercury to the sun at 24 degrees of Gemini. So Mercury is in his own sign of thoughts and speaking and reading and studying and teaching. This is something you could teach. So to be open-minded, you're having a group of people that you're training or teaching. And then, of course, Venus is co-present with the sun and Mercury. So the Venus is right there as well. And it's ninth house. Ninth house is higher study, higher wisdom, higher education, philosophy, religion also, about beliefs. Ninth house is about beliefs. And again, it's the cultural travel. It's about, what we do here in America is not being done in Egypt, right? Just got back from, in fact, I'm wearing one of my Egypt gowns that I bought, ceremony gowns when I was in Egypt. Actually, if you've not been, it is a place to go. Just saying. And your eyes are kind of like this, open eyes. I should make one that says open eyed, but then your eyes would never close and you would never sleep. No, I'm not going to do one of those. So this is open-minded. Are we to the time? Ding, 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 ding. I think it's time to. Just want to show some of the celestial pieces. Let's go to. Which one should we do? Let's go to the Leo. These are the you've maybe seen these. This is the Rudraksha seed beads. That's the clay bead. Whoops, we're putting it on here now. These are $37. These are affordable. These are great for birthday gifts. I also have the matching malas that are $90, but the celestial bracelets, Alex is doing it up, is what we do here. We started a collaboration with our friends, Om Rudraksha in Bali. Here in the United States, it's called Bali Mala. Soma in Bali is a friend of mine and actually a client of mine. And we collaborated where I make beads when the sun is in Leo or the sun is in Virgo or the sun is in Cancer. I send that bead to Bali. They add the crystal or the gemstones, the seed beads of the Rudraksha tree, bless it in temple, and send it around the other way around the world. And so what I love about this is that clay bead, that's a small little bead here on this bracelet, has been around the world one time. The bracelet has only been around half the time because I sent it to them. They sent it here. So I like that. And the idea of the Rudraksha seed bead is to give love and happiness to others through your heart. And so the peace and unity of bringing everybody together. These are some of them. That's the Leo. This is the Aquarius one. This is the Taurus. Whoops, the Taurus one. These also come with in a pouch with a card that explains the sun in Taurus. So if you know, we all usually know what our friends and family sun sign is, right? Sun sign astrology. And so it's a great gift for $37. And then it explains that there's a little booklet that comes as well from Om Rudraksha about the seed bead here that is and what it means and how it's made and how it's grown and all that. It's a really cool bluish purple fruit. It's kind of small and it's not to eat. It's strictly for the seed, strictly for the seeds. And here we see that's what these brown little nubby things look like. You've seen these before. And these are the smaller ones. They actually even get smaller, and these are the specialty pieces. And these are a little bit more money, of $49. And we do the smaller beads, really tiny. And they're even more special. So we have the accompanying malas for the $90. Okay. This piece, I only have 2 of these left. These are specialty pieces. That's why they're so kind of long. This is a small bead as well. And this is when Venus was in Taurus. This is this really cool, beautiful flower bead. Oh, I'm supposed to put it down here. And this one is $140. And it's got the black tassel on it. And you, again, get the card of what that means for that. There's 2 of those I have left. And of course, I haven't made any new ones. Maybe waiting for Venus to go back in Taurus. So that's that line. I do, these are still talismans that hold the sun's energy. But I think, Alex, it's time we need to wrap this up. Yes. So we'll wait for her to get the roundy round thing. I call it roundy round, but it's really the wheel. Is there any questions? Thank you, Cynthia. Beautiful colors. Any questions here to answer? And one of you will win a talisman of your choice. So hopefully we'll be able to do this. This is so fun for us, and it's one way to engage with you, to do this once every couple months. We used to do it a little bit more often. So Alex is showing those up there, and putting the little attachments or whatever, those links. Yeah. So, one more thing I want to read here as Alex puts this together. Again, from the Ask and It Is Given book, from Abraham. Your expansion is given. The expansion of your time-space reality is a given. And the expansion of this universe is a given. It is just ever so much more satisfying for you to consciously and deliberately participate in your own expansion. Right? This is what we came here to do. And we all came here during this time to do something that's incredible, that is more for our own evolution and those around us. Click to spin. Okay, let's make that big, and we'll see who our winner is. Okay, so it'll start making noises here in a minute. They're pretty fun. Oh no, it's not going to make noises. Yes, it does. It makes noises. Diane B, you are the winner. You get to pick a talisman of your choice. So we'll email you, we'll connect you, we'll give you that gift certificate. But remember, anybody that did buy a raffle ticket, you still will get that gift certificate. Alex is sending them out if she hasn't already. Some have all been out. And you get to use that for any purchases upcoming or anything you saw tonight that you want to. You haven't lost your money. You haven't lost. You win, and then you win, and then you manifest your desire and you win again. So is Diane here? She may not be here right now. So we will reach out to her, and congratulations. And thank you all for coming. I'll let you get going and going on to your next thing. But thank you for being here, and thank you for supporting Intention Beads. We're all out here doing the best work we can. And we are all together in a tribe. And thank you for supporting me. I appreciate that. Thank you for believing in what you can do. Thank you.